Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's live stream. Sorry, just untangling a mess of wires here. How did that get tangled up in there? How? Okay. There we go. There we are. Snug turn, plug that in. And I have sound! Haha! How's everybody doing today? It's a wonderful night to play some Star Trek online. Always gotta love that Klingon music. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Not today. Not today, my Klingon Vexen. No, today we get to play Boring Federation. Onward to Vulcan! Onward to Vulcan! Oh. There we go. Decrease the echo there. On screen.
Thank you for agreeing to escort the ambassador to the jail. Ambassador Sophie is currently attending a ritual to honor the end of the Kalrek holiday. He will be done soon, but the ambassador is hesitant to use transporter technology. His bias against the transporters is not logical, but I have come to accept it.
Oh.
I believe that Sophie would be much more comfortable traveling by shuttle. I have received clearance for you to land near the ambassador's location. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Ah, yes.
Starfleet shuttlecraft. This is Vulcan Orbital Control. You are clear to land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
You know, it's funny is that actually sounded so much different when they first put it out. Don't mind me. Do 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 do.
Peace and long life. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestor? Sarketh accuses me of abandoning logic, but he is the one. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors? Many years ago, P'Jem was used for political purposes. Technology used to spy on the Andorians was hidden beneath the sacred sanctuary. It should never have happened. Buildings that had stood for 12 centuries were destroyed because we allowed politics and war in a place where there should only be logic and contemplative thought. The monastery was rebuilt. We pledged to keep it safe from the cares of the galaxy. Only those who seek peace may enter. Who seek knowledge of the ancestors. The monks do not use any unnecessary technology. Even replicators are not permitted on P'Jem. There is a communications array available to the monks for emergencies. Soketh's request does not qualify. Seek knowledge of the ancestors.
Don't you trust the ambassador?
I trust him nor distrust the ambassador. I simply do not understand him. He will not reveal his reasons for wishing to speak to the abbot, and has refused a mind meld with me. Normally, I could respect his privacy, but other things I have heard. Do you seek knowledge?
Other things you have heard.
Sarketh has spent more and more time away from Vulcan in recent years, and seems ill at ease in what was once his home. T'Pella admits he has changed in the past few months. He spends hours closeted in his study, and does not share meals with his staff as he used to. T'Pella says that the stress of the war with the Klingon Empire is taking its toll. She hopes the peace of P'Jem will restore him. Seek knowledge of the ancestors. I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect P'Jem from harm. Soketh says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that, but only if you are with him. I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect P'Jem from any who would violate its sanctity.
Sure, High Priest.
Welcome to Vulcan. Do you have any questions? P'Jem is a small world near Andoria. It is sacred to our people. There have been Vulcans on P'Jem for centuries. In 2152, the ancient buildings that housed our monastery were destroyed by the Andorians.
The Andorians, but they're also part of the Federation.
It was a failing in our logic that led to conflict with the Andorians. We have corrected our error. After the Federation was founded, a group of Andorians, Vulcans, and humans rebuilt the monastery as a symbol of peaceful coexistence and cooperation. Since then, a group of monks. Do you have any questions? How should I know? He is a small man with small concerns. Thankfully, he has listened to reason, and our journey won't be delayed any longer.
This does not sound like a Vulcan. Way too much emotion. Unfortunately, like, the Federation game isn't really that fun in the early bits. Like, it's kind of boring. Kind of really, really boring. It's almost a slog to make your way up to level 10 at this point.
Starfleet shuttlecraft, we have logged your flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long and prosper.
We shall be bored. Engage, number 1. Alright, well, let's go to Pajam. This lovely little system over here. You'd almost swear you could make a shuttle run to this place. But I guess when you're a Federation ambassador, I say that lightly because, well, I've played this game on multiple other consoles, including PC, and I've actually got level 60, level 70 on other places. Unfortunately, it doesn't cross-save your character data, so I have to play whole new characters on Xbox.
There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
What? He's not hailing me this time? See, back in the original bit of, like...
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Prepare to be assimilated, Becky. Pickles Karen is a mean word that offends groups of people now." No, I'm not freaking kidding about that.
Well... It's only mean to the Karens. To be honest, nobody really cares what they think. Yeah, sorry. Karen is not equal to the N-word. One is a racial derogatory slur. The other is literally a denotation of someone being an entitled individual who doesn't care about other people's issues.
A day for words. My fellow captains were blinded by our vengeance toward the shapeshifter aboard your vessel. They have died with honor. But if I am to die this day,
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Agreed, thank you."
with the tale of that foul creature's death.
Shapeshifter.
Ha! So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us. But we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs die screaming.
And Undine, have you any proof?
Proof? Ah! Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye while it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet.
I love this response. I'll take that into consideration.
If you wish the honor of the kill yourself, then it is yours to have.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Friendly reminder that Karen is merely a mindset. If your actual name is Karen, the Karen means up to an attack on you. It's just two entitled people."
Consult branch officers. Science.
My patience is then the beast is.
Captain, I take my meditations very seriously.
Accuse me, your accuser.
You're a fool, Captain. Strike now before it's too late. You want proof? Then lower your shields and allow me to beam over. Once the Undean's blood coats my...
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim.
Meritless, but not unreasonable.
A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine the facts, Captain. You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain potentially, but only if a great many other...
A true warrior strikes with...
A wise precaution. A wise...
So they actually extended that conversation. Before it's like, you dare doubt my honor, attacks you immediately. Klingons! Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm fighting Klingons, little side story about the online Star Trek. Apparently, according to the story for this game, after the Hobus system exploded, basically that would be the star for Romulus and Remus, the Klingons decided it would be a good idea to start conquering things. So they basically started taking over Romulan space. The Federation tried to stop them, and, well, Klingons being Klingons, decided to turn on the Federation, despite their best efforts to remain friends. This lasts for like maybe the first chapter or so of the game for Federation. Honestly, I will say this. I actually prefer the Klingon version. I actually prefer the Klingon beginning for their game of the game.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Meanwhile in space, thankfully the Tribbles aren't being troublesome. Mainly because I don't even think they're here. No, instead the Klingons are power hungry."
Actually, I was going to play Federation, but it's like, oh my god, this is boring! Klingons it is, something I can actually entertain myself with. Okay, friend or foe? But yeah, The Federation story for like the first couple of chapters really isn't that exciting. So it makes it trying to play a Federation character a little bit boring. Up until you actually start getting toward the end game. Sir, we've entered the Vor system. There's Starbase in orbit, dead ahead, records.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, as a quick Star Trek refresher for anyone who needs to be reminded, tribbles are those fluffy creatures in the original series that breed worse than rabbits. All they do is make more tribbles and eat.
Pretty much. And hate Klingons for some reason.
Genetic research project. It's unclear what Drake expected us to find here.
Yeah. Federation, kind of boring. Klingons uncovered nefarious threat to the Klingon Empire. Among other awesome stuff. Including a story central both to Worf and his son.
This is research facility.
Worf does get reprised by Michael Dorn, by the way, which is really cool.
Commander of the station. With whom am I speaking?
I'm Lieutenant Zota of the KS Dorthino.
We weren't informed there would be visitors today. How may we serve the Empire?
We're here to inspect the station.
You will provide this ship's computer access to all recent station communication logs.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, but seriously, despite being troublesome and eating too much, tribbles are adorable.
Yeah, they are.
Well, this is unexpected. You do realize that we have an agreement with your government and Dr. Singh. Our research is highly classified. You do have some sort of official order granting permission to view these records?
Warning. Ship is under attack.
How's that an official order for you? Give me what I want or I blow you up. A very Klingon response.
Why are you attacking us? Please, we are not your enemy. You're completely mad. This is a top security installation. You don't have authorization to access our records. We're filing a formal complaint.
You're hiding something.
Of course we're hiding something. We're conducting classified research. That's why you are not authorized to access station records. You do understand the concept of top secret, don't you?
You dare insult my authority?
This is preposterous. We refuse to hand over top secret information without proper authorization. We will defend ourselves if necessary.
You stink of guilt.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, give me your sex drugs and you won't die. For legal reasons, don't do drugs, kids.
The Klingon Empire. What if space pirates, or I should say, what if pseudo-Japanese space pirates had an entire empire at their command? Like, oh, why is a Romulan warbird here? I'm a cloak.
We received a distress call from this station.
We are here to provide assistance.
Your assistance is no longer needed.
Station Commander Plardos sounded distressed. He mentioned a disagreement with a Klingon vessel. It would be dishonorable of us not to investigate.
This is an internal matter.
Appreciate the delicate nature of the situation. Would you mind if we spoke with the station?
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine
Resolve this
said,
misunderstanding.
"One good thing about the Klingon Empire is that at least they're not Ingsoc. As a quick high school required reading refresher, you might know them better as Big Brother."
Mmm.
I find this very... I don't need to remind you that what...
Ho ho ho. Sir, the station has transported several crates of goods to the Romulans. There's our evidence. Hail the Romulans.
Commander Plardos has explained the situation. It sounds as if there's been a miscommunication.
You're a Romulan. You lie every time you draw breath.
The foolish bravado of the Klingon Empire. Attacking your own station and then accusing us of wrongdoing. I should have expected something like this. Very well. We'll communicate in terms you can understand.
Target's shield has failed.
Itty bitty ship with mostly forward-facing.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "He looks like the villain from Flash Gordon," in reference to the commanding Romulan.
Where the hell did this thing come from? That is a big Bertha ship. It's a big, mean, ugly, angry ship is what that is.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "It came from space."
Shields! Shields! Woo!
The Romulan Republic is thankful for your assistance. We had tracked the Tal Shiar to this system, but we would have been outmatched without your aid.
You fought well for a Romulan.
The Romulan Republic faces many challenges, but conflict with the Klingon Empire should not be one of them. As a gesture of good faith, I'll share with you information that you might find to be of value.
I'm listening.
We believe Tal Shiar agents are collaborating with operatives in the Klingon Empire to steal weaponry and technology. We have uncovered large supplies of Klingon weapons on the planet Nimbus 3 that we believe are being stockpiled there by agents of the Empress. The stolen goods are being transferred through several facilities in the local sector, including this science station. The shipping manifests on the supply crates and the weapons themselves.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Why do I get the feeling he's lying like a rug?"
Transferring stolen supplies to the Tal Shiar. Those supplies are being stockpiled on Nimbus 3. If you will help track down the source of those weapons, we will share our data with you.
Well, see, the funny thing about this is actually the Romulan Republic is actually one of the good guys. Because after Romulus went boom, the people of Romulus actually formed a whole new republic, and then you have the Tal Shiar under Empress Sela. And yes, it's the Sela who's supposed to be Tasha Yar's daughter. So you have both of those Romulan states basically hammering it out at each other right now.
Transferring the data.
In-game.
We expect the Klingon Empire to track down the source of these stolen goods and punish those responsible before more weapons fall into the wrong hands. If we discover any further information, we will notify the Empire's ambassador on Mol Rihan.
Please listen to me. We were only following protocol. We must ensure that our research doesn't fall into the wrong hands. We didn't know the shipments we were transferring were stolen. I was told that the crates were medical supplies needed on the war front. We didn't ask questions. Please, show mercy. We were only doing what we were ordered to do.
Then do as you're told and send me the data I want.
Due to present circumstances, we will forego normal security authorization and provide the files you have requested. We live to serve the Empire.
The extremely naked rat-looking guy might be lying a bit much, though. We didn't know they were stolen.
Logs from the research facility. Their findings confirm what the Romulan Republic officer told us. Someone has been routing technology and weapons to the Tal Shiar, and they are going to great lengths to cover their tracks. An operation of this magnitude would require the
Oleander
resources
Rainbow
of
Glycerine said, I mean, at least they're not like the Pharynges who basically give you information in exchange for money. Or in Quark's case, space booze.
That is true.
Fingers found proof that landed me in Urapenthe in the first place. We must exercise patience and wait for our prey to reveal themselves.
Drake mentioned your father.
My father is Ambassador Worf. He has many friends and many enemies. I tried to convince him that one of the houses was moving in the shadows against us. He either didn't believe me or didn't care. Either way, he made his decision when he refused to act after I was sent to Urapenthe. His pride is a weakness our enemy will try to exploit.
Perhaps I can persuade him to listen.
But we must be prepared if he doesn't. We should at least warn him of the danger, even if he refuses to see the knife at his throat.
How do you not notice a knife at your throat? Trouble. I don't navigate. Wait, what? Where am I? To Kronos.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, Pharynges are basically like, I'll tell you the shit. You just gotta pass this paywall first.
Yeah. But that's kind of like what Ferengis are supposed to be. They're supposed to be the uber capitalists, which, I mean, you took like the absolute form of worst form of capitalism, maybe. But the thing about capitalism, the whole idea is that you don't piss off your customers or make them hate you, because you kind of need them to, you know, make money. Then again, that's also the point that capitalism is actually based more on a symbiosis with the thing that you are actually trying to use to make money with, rather than being a parasite. But, you know, Whether that's actually how it's practiced or not, that's a whole nother story. But then again, I'm trying not to get political here, but this is kind of a topic that I know a good bit about, and it's like, the problem is, we don't really have capitalism in the U.S. We have corporatism, which is much, much worse. Because in the case of corporations, they don't actually have to be nice to the customer, because that's not really where they're getting their money from. They get their money from shareholders. Which really is kind of... The stock market almost is kind of like a weird Ponzi scheme.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Just don't be a phallus about making money."
I love how YouTube just let that one through, but it's like, the D word you can't say. The scientific term, perfectly fine.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "And yes, I would have said harsher language, but I don't want Becky Bot to block me."
Full speed ahead.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Okay, you choose robot who dubbed Becky Bot now, mainly because I like alliteration."
And yes, this character is actually female. Aww, big plink blob thing. Hello. I remember that pet. Right, I need to find Worf. There's Worf.
Greetings. How may I assist you?
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "I mean, you do you boo."
Perhaps. First, tell me who you are. Greetings. How may I assist you? That is an odd request. We stand in the courtyard of the Great Hall, and honor has no need of secrecy. If you cannot speak your mind in this place, then I have no desire to hear what you have to say.
Very well, I'm here with your son.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Who am I, Worf? I'm your worst nightmare."
That is not my son's name. If Kemtar wishes to talk, tell him to come and speak to me. I will not communicate through intermediaries. He is the only one in danger, unless you have been foolish enough to listen to his tales. But you have already made that mistake. If you have spoken to him, then you have been to Rura Penthe. I am Gintok to the House of Martok. Lady Sorella has declared vengeance on the House of Jimpok. It would not surprise me if all the great houses wish me dead. Tell my son that I am capable of defending myself.
The Romulans are involved.
That does not make sense. Jimpok's position towards the Federation and the Tal Shiar is very clear. And in this, he has my house's full support. It would be foolish for any house to make such a connection. However, I I would not be surprised to hear you mention the House of Duras.
Duras? Well, I mean...
Only under rainbow glycerine. Said, listen, Worf, I didn't say your son is an oligarch on life support in the Mojave. Get your boxes out of a twist.
We don't know if Duras is
And
involved.
that is exactly the sort of accusation that landed my son in a penal colony. Tell Kemtar that unless he has proof, he should stay silent. If he is a fugitive from Urapente, he will only make his situation worse. I do not want to know any more about what you two are plotting.
Oh, joy, Worf.
Agreed to speak to us? What name I use is not important. Did you tell him what we've learned? Did you tell him the Romulans are involved? Given their history, I've considered the possibility that the House of Duras might be involved. Is he at least willing to review our evidence?
No.
Yaicha! He is a stubborn old man and he is going to get himself killed. Agreed. If the Jinn talk to House Martok will not listen,
Only
we will
under
take our
rainbow
concerns
glycerine.
to the House
Said,
itself.
he said penal. And yes, I'm aware I'm paying immature word association.
Arrange a meeting. You must meet with Lady Sorella from the House of...
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Alright, gotta upgrade my ship. Yeah, I'm gonna use the rare one that I just picked up. Gotta go to the mission journal.
The Empire is vast, and there are many operations.
Can I just skip this? I don't really want to do operations.
Sorella, Lady of the House of Martok, has requested that you meet her at the House Estate in the Ketha Lowlands. She did not explain why she wanted to see you, but I expect that she has some tasks she would like completed. The House of Martok has lost much prestige since I took the Chancellor's seat. But they still have many allies among the KDF, and I am loath to reject Sorella's request without a good reason. Gaining the favor of the House of Martok could serve you well. But remember, they have many enemies. I harbor no ill towards Sorella, but do not get caught up in her vengeance against me. It would not be in your best interest. Serve the Empire well.
Yeah, by take it from Martok, he means he actually killed Lady Sorella's husband in an honor duel to the death through the position of Chancellor.
Only under rainbow glycerine. Said, maybe don't tell me what my best interest is, Chancellor.
Feels like it's jamming itself in my wallet. Okay. Lady Cirilla.
Welcome. Greetings, Chemtar. It pleases me that you have both come to my home. The House of Martok has many enemies. We have called for vengeance against the House of Jempok and all of its allies for the death of my husband. And many smaller houses seek to curry favor with Jempok or the House of Duras by striking at us. Until now, most of these attacks have been little more than a nuisance. We received word from Chemtar that one of the houses may be plotting to assassinate Worf. It confirmed my suspicions that there is a greater threat emerging. I now believe that my grandson Maven may also be a target. These assassins threaten to destabilize our position on the High Council. Whoever has ordered such a dishonorable act, or who would be cowardly enough to carry it out, must be stopped. Given your current investigation, I ask that you find the assassin and remove the threat before they attempt to strike.
Yes, we value your concerns, and we will proceed with caution in our investigation. It is refreshing and a testimony to the dignity of House Martok that you're willing to speak out and recognize this looming threat. May I ask where your grandson Maven is now?
He is on his way to the Batleth tournament on Forcus 3 with your father.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Some asshole killed your husband, lady."
Before you reported your findings to him. Before you go, I have another concern. Our local farmers reported seeing a Romulan here recently. Given Chemtar's suspicion of a house collaborating with the Tal Shah, it seems to be an odd coincidence. We need to know what the Romulan was doing here before you leave for the tournament.
Why would a Romulan come anywhere near these farms?
Well, I mean, if it's the Romulan Republic, they are trying to, like, rebuild their civilization from the ground up after everything went kablooey, but, you know.
The only thing I've paid attention to of late has been the lack of rain. But you're a warrior, not a father. You wouldn't be interested in that. Sorry, I couldn't help it. The Tards have been busy tearing up my roots. But other than that, I haven't seen anything unusual.
I remember seeing that Romulan. He said he was a surveyor hired to architect a new irrigation system. He set up equipment on the hill over there. But I haven't seen
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Look, farmer, I'm busy with other things."
Cirilla would have known if a Romulan surveyor was on her property. Stay alert.
This isn't surveying equipment, sir. What would a surveyor need with a Romulan short-range EM transmitter? We'll find out. Kick it. Yeah, if I seem to be a bit shorter than usual, that's because I bought a beanbag chair. Something a little more cushy on my butt. It's comfortable.
Yes, I remember this man. It's not every day you see a Romulan in the Ketlan lowlands. He didn't say he was a surveyor, though. He told me that
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "It's all right."
Martok have never let a Romulan set foot on our world. That's why I don't think much of Jempok. He's too soft. The oddest thing I remember, other than him being a Romulan, was that he These are security procedures. Lady Sorella insists on authorizing all deliveries to the manor. These codes were valid. He had Lady Sorella's signature. So I did as he asked. His delivery arrived today.
Now he's a diplomat? I don't buy it. We're dealing with a tall shot spy.
My Alexander, when did you turn Scottish? From Klingon to Scots. Hello there. Why, hello there. I feel like I just did a very creepily similar Ewan McGregor impression of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I processed that delivery. It was an order for the House of Martok. They needed explosives for digging out a new irrigation system. The order was placed by Lady Sorella with her signature and authorization codes. She must need the new irrigation channel badly. Normally, Sorella delays such tasks until the winter, when the farm hands aren't busy with planting and harvesting.
We must get to this package at once. That's not for an irrigation system. Somebody be trying to blow us up.
There he is! Stop him!
Not today, Romulan spy.
The House of Martok will crumble, and with it, the rest of the Klingon Empire. You cannot stop what has begun.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, before any trickies get their panties in a bunch, Star Wars gets equal love here too, for the sake of equality.
Time to disarm the explosives. All right. Wait, what? Did I just see what I thought I saw? It almost looked like the transporter literally freaking like during mid-transport panty shot. What?
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, Becky Bot, get those gears out of your butt and chill out.
Time to search some asteroids.
Lady Sorella's suspicions were correct. The Romulan is going to make an attack.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, I mean, as long as Becky Bot isn't connected to Skynet. We're cool.
Must set the system at once.
The Harpang torpedo. One of my favorite kind of torpedoes in this game. Oh no. Tribbles!
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, Robco being an internet service provider would be hypothetically better than the YouTube bots being connected to Skynet and censoring all the bad words in real life.
Yeah, but I don't think it would be just censoring words at that point. I think it'd be more censoring, people. Literally. You have said naughty word, you must be terminated. What? It wouldn't be that. It's kind of would be.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, I mean, they can't be in stock levels of bad, but it's pretty bad.
True. Yeah. Although, to be fair, the way things are going a little bit these days, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have people literally taking 1984 and like it's some kind of how-to manual instead of a warning of what not to do. Seems to be the case a lot of times these days. You got everybody canceling each other because of things they've said like a decade ago. Or now you have people literally, what is it, ancestral crime of the father or whatever, some kind of mess. You're guilty of this thing because your ancestors did it. Which literally is the essential word of Gandhi's an eye for an eye makes everyone blind.
Sins of the father.
Yeah, sins of the father, yeah. Because unfortunately, whether we like to admit it here in the United States or not, there's no such thing as an innocent anything. Whether it's race, nationality, no such as a thing as innocence. everybody is essentially guilty of everything if you want to go back far enough when it comes to that point. And I do mean everybody. Take off my socks, let my feet breathe.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Wasn't there a quote about 'show me a country and I'll show you a criminal'?"
Yep.
I've attempted to contact him, but with the Batleth tournament underway, he is not responding. It is unclear if he is unavailable, or if something has happened to him. We'll need to beam down to...
Becoming an annoyance. You have made yourself a target by defending the House of Martok. By following
Pardon me?
here, you've given me no choice but...
I'm going to uncloak my ship so you can cloak and uncloak to surprise attack me in the middle. Yeah, part of why the Harpang torpedo is one of my favorites is it does the best freaking deal dots ever. Plus it has a nice little area of effect. Darn it! Yeah. Yeah, but that's enough politics for one night.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Okay, to move on from opening a can of worms, how is your evening?"
My evening's pretty alright. About standard. I tried to go to the gym today, trying to work out a little bit, but yeah, the thunder and lightning kind of forced me to turn my butt around and come home.
Cannot stop what is already started. Non-empire.
Power to weapons! Ta-da!
We've destroyed his ship, but Tarson may have already transported agents to the surface. He also appears to have Klingon collaborators already in place. I recommend that you and I...
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, I went book shopping earlier yesterday.
Cool. Find anything cool? Or interesting? Because I know you like books too. But, although on another note, I'm actually waiting for a finance officer to finally be able to get back with me on everything.
Draw large amounts of attention, but remember,
because I'm actually working on buying my first home. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something to drink.
I recommend we start by asking in the bar to see if anyone has seen or heard anything unusual.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, We the Living and Atlas shrugged. Yes, I know their author. Mother is contentious, but I lack philosophical belief. And Candide and Justine. Justine being weird, smart, and Candide being optimistic.
Good deliciousness. Now, back to the game. Yeah, that actually sounds like some pretty good books. Alright. Yeah. If anything, I might decide to try and find some more old Star Trek books. I used to have a couple of them. Like, I actually had the novelization of Star Trek Genesis.
He was masterful and fluent, not like the young tards here these days. I sometimes think some of them will hold on to their fat legs for the entire... Wonderful! Another stout warrior eager to hear a story of my glory days in battle. Pull up a chair and I'll allow you the honor of bowing me a bloodline. Have you seen the fighter for the House of Duras? He looks like a real contender for champion status. I'll bet you a barrel of bloodline and he wins without taking a single wound.
I'll take that bet.
Fought the Hallmaster Corps, both in their prime fighting condition. Who do you think would take champion stand? And what do you think of the new rule restricting Botlethlings to between 110 and 120 centimeters?
Personally, won't use anything other than the traditional 116 centimeter length, but I can understand the desire for customizations of one's weapons.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, as a quick disclaimer, I'm aware Atlas Shrugg's mom was contentious and controversial as hell. However, I go by disagree with the author. Don't take it out on their book brain children. That's all.
There are transport inhibitors in place. The only places they can operate are the transport pads and cargo storage.
Hearing the chanting and sounds of Batleths reminds me of the first time I celebrated the Kot Batval festival. That was the first time I remember understanding what it means to be a Klingon warrior.
That's also when you found the original Kentar, who also turned out to be Alexander from the future. Winning through treachery. Dishonorable dogs. Eat Batleth!
That tall Shari was attempting to erase the security logs in the cargo area. He also sealed the doors with a security lockout. It would take too much time to override this work. Our best chance of getting into the storage area would be to disrupt the power flow to the cargo bay doors.
Alright then.
Chasing these assassins reminds me of when I met Kimtar. No, Kimtar was the name of a warrior who saved my father from assassins on Moronga 4. The control system reports. I am Alexander, son of Worf and Kalar, a member of the House of Martok.
Quite well, Alexander, for a diplomat. Well, I mean, it's kind of because his mom was an ambassador and his father was a Starfleet officer. To be more specifically, his mother was actually half Klingon.
There's Maven. He's pinned down by the assassins.
Maven! No!
This was honorable death.
What is the meaning of this, Alexander? Maven was sent here to replace his equipment, and yet I find you here, surrounded by Romulans with the grandson of Martok dead at your feet. Explain yourself.
This is not Kimtar's doing.
Lady Sorella feared that you alone would not be able to keep her grandson safe. We followed these Romulans here. Would have stopped them. These halls not been filled with Klingon traitors. And where were you when these assassins struck?
Both of you stop. We must focus on finding the real enemy.
I see you have been listening to my son's conspiracy theories again. He talks of peace and uniting the houses. Yet, here he is, with a blade in his hand, looking for glory. I told you I wanted nothing to do with this.
With respect, sir, we have proof. Another house behind us.
You were here at the tournament. Assassins moved against Lady Sorella at her own estate. If we hadn't tracked down this agent and disarmed his explosive, she would be dead as well. At every step, we have encountered Klingons, hiding in the shadows, with blades at our backs.
Yep.
I have not seen this evidence, but I believe what you say. We will get to the bottom of this. That does not mean we can act rashly. If there were Klingons aiding these agents, then we are still in danger.
Now you believe us, Worf.
Agreed. One of the great houses is here backing the Romulans, and they will try to escape before their role in this plot is revealed. One of the Klingons we killed on the way here was wearing a tournament sash. We should check the training rooms of each house in attendance and look for evidence that would connect them to the Romulans. We must uncover the Klingon collaborator.
Yes, we get it.
I was just thinking of that. We cannot always see what the future will bring.
That is why we cannot give up on peace, even if some of us cannot see a way to that future.
The great houses will never find peace. They see it as a sign of weakness.
I will not abandon my beliefs, Father. We cannot live in fear that the future will never change.
It is good to know that you remember some of the things I have taught you.
The This equipment appears to have been custom made for their warriors. I hope the Empire's coffers didn't pay for this.
The training rooms of the House of Jimpock.
The Batleths of the House of Kanja have elaborate targ skin grips, but otherwise appear to be normal. I see.
Gonna scan the ore, get me some metal.
Ever since Urapenthe, I have been suspicious of the House of Torg. And now it appears they were preparing to leave the tournament early. Look at this state of disarray. We must look for evidence that may link them to the Romulan assassins. These are Romulan weapons. It appears that your suspicions have been...
Oleander Rainbow
Must be
Glycerine
the House
said,
of Torg.
Worf, collector of controversial books to Klingon. I got a question. Did you eat paint chips as a baby? Before anyone is upset, I mean no ill will to anyone mentally impaired with my comment.
Sorella and the rest of the House of Martok will mourn for her grandson. But I must also see that security remains a priority. To start, I am sending you a recruit from our house, the warrior Belera. She's been personally trained by me and will aid your crew as we fight against the House of Torg. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Could have used the support their Worf before Sorella's grandson got killed, but you know, better late than never.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, for context, eating paint chips is bad for your brain chemistry and overall physical health because some old paint chips had lead.
Yeah.
The great houses is conspiring with Romulans to attack the House of Martok is troublesome. Come to the Kether Lowlands. Worf and I would be honored if you would participate in Mebin's Hegtale. Once we have put our family matters to rest, you may work with Worf and Kimtar to determine our plan of attack. Serve the Empire well.
It's nice that they're inviting us to the Klingon funeral.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, and now everyone knows why eating paint chips is a bad thing and why it's associated with mental deficiency.
Hmm. Cool. Yeah, the lock boxes are not so much like loot. Well, they kind of are loot boxes, but ooh. Damn, I'm not high enough level for duty officers yet. I have to be level 10. Erg. I know I shouldn't feel like this is slow, because it's one of the beginner ships. But when you play these characters that are like level 60, level 70 on other platforms, and you have like tier 6 ships, which is some of the best in the game, it can feel almost like torture playing the very low level ships where their max speed is warp 5. Like, oh god, this is flying at snail's pace.
Thank you for returning my grandson and for aiding my family. We have had many visitors to honor Leven's life. You have arrived in time for the next ritual. Leven was very traditional, and Worf has suggested that we perform an achbor in his honor. Together, we will follow our ancient traditions by watching over him until his spirit is ready for the journey to Stoke. The House of Malta would be honored if you would agree to join us for this rite.
Sure.
In the flash.
It's like, I see Worf's mouth moving, but there is no sound.
The warriors sing, cry out your name. Welcome home. Welcome home. Let not your heart be filled with fear. The spirit soars on honor's wings. Your heart is singing. You found your way. Welcome home.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, maybe Wolf is a mime.
Maybe.
Thank you for participating in the acting. It is important that we remember our traditions. Together, we have kept away the predators that would take Meven's body before his spirit was ready to leave for Stogokor. Now he may seek the fellowship of Martok and continue the warrior's journey.
Pardon my interruption, King Tom. We have an urgent security matter. House of Tor warriors were seen gathering in the first city. We have word they are planning an assault, and will be here any moment.
They dare to attack during Meven's Akvo. They have no honor.
Send an alert to everyone on the estate. I will see to Lady Sorella. Prepare your men. We will not let these dogs catch us by surprise. Here they come.
Today is a good day to die. For you.
Please approach.
Victory.
So the curs of the House of Tor try to again spill the blood of my house. I call for blood in return. Vengeance will be ours. My son is not present, but I speak for him. War, lead a group of our warriors against the House of Tor and put an end to this treachery, once and for all.
After everything you have done on behalf of the House of Martok, I ask that you see this campaign to its conclusion. The House of Tor must not be allowed to survive this day. The House of Tor's main base is located in the Gorath system. I will prepare our fleet, and we will attack while we have the advantage. Take Alexander with you. He will ensure your ship is recognized as an ally by our fleet. Tor will soon discover that the House of Martok is stronger than he was led to believe. Make contact with the fleet when you enter the Gorath system to receive further instructions.
This is why you don't tick off Klingons. They don't call the police, they come after you. You've killed my grandson. Prepare to die. Yeah, I don't get the feeling that Klingon grandmothers are masters of the art of baking cookies.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, I mean, at least it's not pissing off Ferengus. They just take your cash regardless.
We've arrived in the Gorath.
To battle!
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, I mean, what are the Ferengus coveting? Take your wallet, steal your booze.
True. In the meantime, the Klingons are pretty much the same kind of definition of don't make the Wookiees mad. Then again, we are also talking about a race whose entire romantic relationship clause is pretty much BDSM. Now, let's be completely...
Only under Rainbow Glycerine said, "Don't make the Jarvis mad. You might be a pinata, and as long as everyone's consenting."
I mean, I guess so.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "We are judgment free, within reason, of course."
Yeah, I mean, if you like your girlfriend whose equivalent of "I love you" is trying to bite your lip off, I mean, there you go.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Just don't get your kink advice from 50 Shades of Oh God Why."
Of course.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said,
Boom.
"And to make things clear, yet again, I don't hate 50 Shades because it's smut for middle-aged women. I hate how it's poorly written and it handles mature stuff poorly.
Hey, as long as it's not Twilight. As long as we're not trying to pretend that vampires sparkle. Okay.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Fun fact, my mom was a tween mom. Yes, moms actually would read Twilight Kids."
How to truly defeat one's enemies. Woo!
Only under rainbow glycerine, said. Then again, I can't say much given that I'm cool with Justine. Which was written by the Marquis of Sade. He's where the word sadism came from. So, yeah, it's fucked up.
This is the stronghold of the House of Torg. We know that Torg has colluded with the Tal Shiar. Now he's an animal trapped in his own den, which makes him even more dangerous. Torg will be easier to deal with if we can first find and defeat his son, Segen.
Hello, Klingons!
Only under rainbow glycerine, said. Yay, infanticide, I think.
No, not infanticide. He'd have to be an infant. I believe it's just fratricide. I do know that patricide would be killing your dad.
Segen's quarters are up ahead. Segen is the son of Torg and a mindless follower. He will have supported his father in everything, even treason.
Speaking of treason, how is everybody's Independence Day slash?
Rainbow glycerine, said. Wouldn't fratricide be murdering your brother?
I believe it's engaging in any kind of thing of killing these ones, either adult children or family. That'll help.
Torg severed Martok's bloodline when he killed Maven. Now, with Segen's death, the two houses are forever bound in grief. As we seek Torg,
Only under
must
rainbow
keep an eye out for
glycerine,
further evidence
said.
of his betrayal.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 1 in the morning and there's a discussion of different sides. This is our life now, and my Independence Day was good.
That's good. Of course, we call it Independence Day, but the Brits like to call it Treason Day. It's an interesting conversation with my British friend when I say that the reason that they revolted was because they had no representation. He's like, you had representation. You had the guy that you had the Minister of Colonies. It's like, one dude who represents all of the colonies is not real representation. I'm sorry. Because when you're talking about the Minister of Colonies, then he would have been, it wouldn't have just been the U.S., it would have been the colonies in India, South Africa. Like, the dude didn't really have any real, stake in what happened to any of those colonies. But, That's kind of the thing of history. Everybody wants to be the good guy.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "We have nothing against English. Like we said way earlier about the sins of the father. We think that way of thinking is heavily flawed."
Yep. There's Torg.
That is far enough, you filthy patach! Did you think that you could walk into my home, kill my son, and live to tell about it? Jimpa will give my house the honor it deserves when we put your heads on display in the Great Hall!
Jimpak will strip your house of honor for collaborating with the Tel Shiar.
Your corruption is poison. You talk of vengeance, have no comprehension of honor. You see power, yet trade it to our enemies for personal gain. You rule a great house, yet have no understanding of what makes our people great.
Don't talk to me of power. It is because of half-breeds like Alexander that our people have no people. The fact that Martok accepted him into his family is reason enough for me to destroy his house. You have no idea what the future holds for our people. If you knew what the Romulans have told me, you would beg to join us.
The Romulans have filled your head with lies.
Survival is through peace, not war. The great Chancellor Gorkon knew that we must brave the future together, united as one people. This feud will go on forever, and our houses will be diminished unless we put an end to it.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "If anything, I feel like going by an individual case-by-case basis would be a better line of thought."
I think that's what everybody really wants, but... Or I should say everybody's sane. Unfortunately.
What now? Take care of these Pentak and bring me Alexander. I want to teach you a lesson.
Coward! Used as transport. Tor thinks he's escaped, but we can make sure that he has nowhere to run. We must take the evidence we've collected to the High Council on Kronos.
Oleander Rainbow
Expose the
Glycerine
deeds of Tor in
said,
his house.
"But new, collectivizing is easy."
Sadly, that is the truth.
The remainder of our fleet has assembled in the system. The House of Torg has called in Romulan reinforcements, but if we stick to our offensive strategy, we will prevail.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying actually earlier, I'm working on getting my own home, getting my first house. Yeah, the apartment complex that I'm living in right now, not the best place to live, unfortunately. They don't really take care of the building that well. So, and then of course, me whining might sound, or I should say, it might sound like whining to other people, but for where I'm at, it costs about $505 right now, $520 at the end of August if I renew, for a studio apartment in the middle of a rural part of the U.S.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, "Congrats."
Thank you. So, yeah, right now I'm waiting on a finance officer to get back to me with all the information that and all that mess. You might be waiting on a couple of documents for me, which is like my tax returns for the last couple of years. Unfortunately, I'm waiting on the IRS for that one, because where everyone else will email you the security code, the IRS literally mails it to you.
Greetings. Fight with honor. The evidence that you produce.
So, yeah, lovely. Uh-oh. My phone just turned off. What? Said it had 40% power.
It is time. We must confront Tor. It is my duty to represent the House of Martok in this matter. I have reviewed the evidence that you and Kemtar have gathered, and I may call upon you to present your findings as testimony. However, you are not to speak unless asked by myself or a member of the High Council. It is time. We must confront Tor. Tell me when you are ready.
Well, my phone decided to die. Okay. That's weird.
Son of Moog, you have called this council to accuse the House of Tor with treason. Are you prepared to show evidence in support of this claim?
I am Worf, son of Moog, Gintok to the House of Martok. And I accuse House Tor of crimes against the Empire. The House of Martok will show evidence that Tor, son of Kormar, has committed acts of treason by collaborating with our known enemy, the Romulan Star Empire.
Tor, son of Kormar, you stand accused of treason. Do you deny these claims? I do, and I invoke my right to challenge these false claims. I will not stand by and let the House of Martok spread more lies and deceit to this council. Let it also be known that since the half-breed Alexander has killed my only heir, I present Rogan as my Khajiit. The council recognizes Rogan of House Tor as the Khajiit. House Tor has challenged the claim. We will proceed with before I lose my patience.
This brave warrior, together with my son Alexander, uncovered a plot by the House of Tor to transfer weapons and classified technology to our enemies in the Romulan Star Empire. We have presented to the Chancellor's aides physical evidence and computer logs that will trace stolen weapons from the exchange through the House of Tor to agents within the Tal Shiar. The Empire's allies in the Romulan Republic have confirmed the evidence, and their testimony will show that Torg was colluding with the Tal Shiar to overthrow one of the...
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, Isaac's phone has had enough of 2020.
Yeah, it's at 0% power now apparently, so now I gotta charge it up so I can set it as my alarm so I can wake up in the morning.
This dishonorable crackta would say anything to hide the weakness and decay in his own house. The only traitors in this hall are Worf and his human son. We seek to rid the Empire of this weakness, and yet here we stand, falsely accused by a desperate Gentile of a desperate house.
Yeah, bullshit.
It is the right of House Martok to declare vengeance, and I will not deny any of the great houses a chance to bring their claims before this council. We will respect those who honorably uphold our values with words of truth. Alexander, son of Worf, you are a fugitive before this council. What truth will we hear from the mouth of an escaped criminal?
My incarceration is yet another plot by the House of Torg to silence those who will uncover their treachery. This warrior will confirm that Kratok of House Torg, Warden of Ura Penthe, was being paid to hold me on false charges. The evidence is clear. Torg has formed an alliance with the Tal Shiar and seeks to undermine our empire through subversion and acts of dishonor.
Oleander Rainbow Glycerine said, when a human and a Klingon love each other very much.
Seek to consolidate power through deception and evil acts. Our empire is stronger when we fight together. Torg would rather send Romulan assassins to dispose of those who don't support his personal agenda. There is no honor in his house.
And technically, Alexander's mother was the half Klingon, half human. So Alexander is only like a third human at this point.
You seek truth from a fugitive whose escape was orchestrated by an undercover Federation agent? This council has gone mad. Gentile, you must not listen to these lies. Under your leadership, we have formed an alliance with the Romulans. How are my actions treason when I simply followed your example? Tor, do not assume that you have the skill or the reputation to challenge me in this hall, or you will find yourself dead by my own hand. The evidence is clear. Your quest for personal glory and hateful bigotry has blinded you to the difference between an enemy and an ally. You hired Tal Shiar agents to assassinate the heir to a great house of the Empire. We should kill you and be rid of your stupidity for this alone. But it is the finding of this council that your house has lost its way. Your treason has led you to lose sight of honor. The accusation stands. The judgment is discommendation. From this point forward, the House of Torg will be no more.
Uh-oh.
kill you! Ah!
Alexander!
Deal with a guy in exile. No, I'm gonna murder everybody. I love how these other Klingons are just standing here. It's like, you know, he's gonna try and kill y'all next, right? Nope, runs away like a coward.
Father, I'm sorry.
Save your strength, son. Help is coming.
I'm sorry.
Where's the doctor?
I'm not the warrior I should have been.
You were warrior enough to save me.
I tried to stay true to what I believe. But I've only brought shame upon you and our family.
I could never feel ashamed of you. All that matters now is that you are my son.
I tried to change our fates. I wanted you to live, to be proud of me.
You have done well, Alexander.
Am I going to die?
It will be a good death.
He's like, not, hold on, son, medic's on the way. No, it will be a good death. What the hell?
Are a warrior.
Do you remember when Mother died?
How could I forget?
Look at me. Look at your son's face. And remember. Always remember.
A callback to the episode when Worf told his son to remember what the face of death looked like. That is an angry Klingon, Daddy.
This tragedy will not be forgotten. I want to thank you for rescuing my son from Rurapente and allowing him to die with honor. You have done much for the House of Martok, but we have also lost much. Perhaps, but the pain will remain. Alexander never realized that he truly was Kimtar, both then and now. Remember to stay true to our beliefs. Only then can we live and die with honor. Until we meet again, warrior.
Both then and now. Yeah, because that was true. The original Kintar that we got to see in the... Pardon me.
We will make sure the House of Torg is properly punished for their cowardly actions. Torg has been on the council for many years, and I thought I knew his heart. I was wrong. I had no part in or knowledge of his acts against the House of Martok. For that, he will pay dearly. Serve the Empire.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Haha.
A Federation task force. Serve the Empire well. The Federation is attacked.
There we go. Alright, I think that's enough live streaming for tonight. I thank you for everybody for coming, and I hope to see you next time. Please leave a like. It certainly helps helps the channel out, helps the video get out there, all that goodness. And I'll see you next time. Stay safe out there, and thanks again for watching. Bye.
Only under rainbow glycerine, said. At least it's not the Rapture Council. Or better yet, Andrew Ryan throws a temper tantrum and everyone is freaking out while Tenenbaum is just done with everyone's shit.